28th of August, Rabbi Levitt, Gemora.
Okay, we're ready to go. Let's see. Where are we going to be going from?
Well, I'm going to wait till Sunday to go.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I need a few days of rest yet. Went to the doctor yesterday, was there for a while. So I get my strength back. So I'll do it Sunday.
Okay, Hazak Ve'amatz. So, we were talking about Shnaim Rochim Al Gabi Behema. And we spoke about actually we finished. That's why I don't have it marked down.
8A4, is that what we are?
We're up to the last line.
The last line of the page.
That's 8A5.
Hayushnaim Rochvim. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're going to be talking about over here. Okay, something about that. We don't know exactly what. See what Rav Yosef has to say over here. Rav Yosef, the last line of the page. And we go to Alan, you want to read for us?
This is 8A4.
8A5.
8A5. Okay, the last line, the Gemora cites the last four lines.
Yeah.
All right, the Gemara cites and comments upon a segment of our Mishnah. You Shalayim Harokavim. If two litigants come before the court riding on an animal, each claiming that the animal is his, they must divide the animal. Omar Rav Yosef, Omar Li Rav Yehuda. Rav Yosef said, Rav Yehuda told me, Rabbi Meir Poter S. Hayoshev Bakaru, Rabbi Meir exempts of one sitting in a wagon. Rav Yehuda now quotes Shmuel's revision of the Mishnah to prove how he ruled on the original question. Umid Apichua Shemuel, and from the fact that Shmuel switched in the statement of the Tanakama and Rav Meir, so they had taught the Mishnah as follows: of Chomim Poterin Es Yoshev Bakoron, but the sages exempt the one sitting in a wagon. Shema Midor. You can learn from this that according to Shmuel, they lo Kornei, even someone riding alone without a leader does not acquire. B'chol shekain ruchu b'makomo manahig, and surely not a rider in the presence of a leader. Accordingly, Rav Yehuda argues that Shmuel must have ruled that even riding alone does not constitute a valid kinyan, but leading does.
Okay. So it must be that we're talking about the case in the Mishnah of one riding and one leading. O shahaya echad rochev echad manhig. Zema kulu shli, zema kulu shli. This one says animals all mine. This one says the animals all mine. Zay shavash ein lo papas mechatzia. Zay shavash da yach loku. Okay, that's the case. Okay, so what we got over here? Shmamina de Mar Shmuel Tarti. Not sure what Mar Shmuel has to do with it over here. Okay, we'll leave that on the side. If somebody's Rochev, Rachuv, and somebody's Madhig, Chad Koni v'Chad Lo Koni. One of them is Kona, one of them is not. Well, you don't him and I, we don't know which one is. Yeah. We have Rashi over here. Let's take a look at Rashi. First Rashi on Ches Amid Aleph, Amid Base. And let's have a round of applause for Ches Amid Aleph. Baruch Hashem, hooray! Wow.
Shemat, I heard Mide from it. The Mar Shmuel Tarte. That Rev Shmuel said two things. Shemate, I heard me him. Shnei Devarim. Two things. Din Rochev, the din manhig, the difference between the rider and the one who's leading it. The chad that one says li to me, kane, that to acquire it, ubachad amali, and the other one says lo kane, I didn't acquire it. And I didn't know which one. I'm mixed up. One was acquired, one said acquired, one said didn't acquire. And I don't know who these two which one is what. Which one gets it, which one doesn't, between the rider and what we call the leader.
What's Rashi adding? Don't we already know what he just said from the Gemora?
What Rashi is adding is that all of these names are getting me lost over here. I couldn't figure out what's going on over here. Who's saying what to who about what? Rashi's clarifying all of that. Rav Yosef said, Amali Rav Yehuda. Rav Yosef said that Rav Yehuda told him, and then that's what it says on Amid Aleph, and then Amid Base it starts off Shmas Minei de Mar Shmuel. Now who's talking over here? This is Rav Yehuda. Rav Yehuda says he heard from Mar Shmuel two things. And that's what Rashi's pointing out. Shmati mimenu, I heard from him. In other words, Rav Yehuda, heard from Shmuel two things. Shnei Dvorim, about the din of the Rachel and the din of the Manhi. About one of them, he said he's Kona, and about the other one, he said he's not Kona. But I didn't chap. I didn't understand which one he was saying was Kona and which one he said was not Kona. So I think Rashi's identifying that it's Rav Shmuel. No, see, I can't even say all the names over here. I'm getting mixed up just saying it. that Rabbi Yehuda is saying that he heard from Shmuel. That's what Rashi's pointing out to us. Shemati mimenu. I heard from him. Okay. Those are the two things that he heard. He heard the din of the Rachov, and he heard the din of the Manhig. That one of them, one's din was that he was Kona, one's din was that he was not Kona. The Gemora doesn't clearly connect the tarti, the two, to the two dinim of the writer and the leader. I think it's more clear that from Rashi that he points out those are the two things that Mar Shmuel said to Rabbi Yehuda. Okay. Okay, so this leads. Yeah, fine. Okay, so okay, we go further into Gemara now. Heiki Dami. Lou, you want to read Heiki Dami? Beginning of the third line.
Okay, Hechidami, what are the circumstances of the case? Ilema Rachuv the Chude. If you say a rider alone, Umanihig lechude, and a leader alone, manhig lechude mi ika man de'amar lo kane. A leader alone, who says he doesn't acquire? Question mark. Of course he acquires. He's leading the animal and he's alone. What's the issue? Of course that's the one that acquires.
Okay. There's no Rashi on that.
There is a Rashi.
You sure there's a Rashi? I have footnotes that say there's a Rashi.
This the next line. There should that next line should be the Rashi. Doesn't it? Name me. If so, a rochev lahodeh, rider alone with the rider alone. That's later on.
Well, according to my
just Rashi has different words. Rashi has different words than the words of the Gemara. The words of our Gemara says Ilema. And Rashi instead of that says Inema. Okay.
She'ein achar manhig imo, so it's not after the leader with him. Uba acher, and another one comes, min hashuk, from the shuk. I don't know if this is connected, but anyway, you say it is. V'hutfu mimeno, he grabs it from him. Bifnino, between them. Umoshcho, and he moves it along. Likno, to acquire. The chain, and also the manhig, the leader, the ain rochev, and he's no rider with him. Uba acher, another one comes, uchotfo mimen, and grabs it from him, between them. Ligno, to acquire it. Okay, now comes the phone. And Kamar Shmuel says, in one of them, the low kani that doesn't acquire it, uman the chataf, and the one that grabs it, is shapir, it's better. Chatat, he grabs. Mabeyo, he asks Rav Yehuda, what it is, Menenu, among them, what it is between them there.
Okay, so Gemora asked Hekidami, what's the exact factual scenario that Shmuel is talking about? That he says that one of them is Kona and one of them is not Kona. So the Gemara is putting out possibilities. The first thing the Gemara says, so now Rashi is explaining what does that mean if the rider is alone or the leader is alone. Rashi explains that means she'ein acher manhig imo. He's going on the case on the words of the Gemara. It says if we say do we say that what it means that the rider is alone? Says Rashi, we mean to say she'ein acher manhig imo, that there is not a leader imo. There's not somebody else who's also with the animal who's leading him. We mean to say that the rider is riding alone, and he's the only one that's is doing anything with the animal at that time. That's what Shmuel's. That's what we're saying. Maybe that's what Shmuel meant. And then what happened? And then somebody from the shuk comes out of nowhere, and he grabs the animal, grabs it away from him, in front of us. And he's moshik it. He draws the animal towards him and makes a formal kinyan meshicha. And that's the case where Mar Shmuel was talking about, and the Cain, and similarly in the other scenario, manhig. The manhig was he was leading the animal. He wasn't riding on the animal. He was leading the animal. Ve'ein rachuv imo, but there was no rider on the animal with him at the time that the manhig was leading the animal. And the same thing happened. Bo echad b'chotfo. Person came along and he grabbed the animal away from the manhig b'fanenu liknoso in order to make an acquisition. So those are the cases. Those are two cases when what we mean when we say Rachel l'chudei and manhig l'chudei. This one by himself and that one by himself. U'kamar Shmuel, and Shmuel says in such a case, b'chad binayu, in one of these cases, the lo koni, that he's not kona, uman dechotav shaper chotav, and therefore accordingly, the one who was chotav that grabbed it away, shaper chotav. He accomplished something. He did well, so to speak, in grabbing it away because he accomplished that he's going to be able to make a kinyan. Because what he was doing was not accomplishing what the first one was doing was not accomplishing the kinyan. Rav Yehuda, and the question that Rav Yehuda had was Behemanayu. Which one of these cases where they were alone did he say that the mani makes a kinyan and therefore the chotif cannot make a kinyan after him, or was it the rochev was kona and therefore he can't make a kinyan after him? Okay. Okay, next Rashi. Louis, you want to read the rest? Next Rashi, Manhig Luchude Mi Ikka Lemanda Amar de Lokani.
Leman the Amar Lo Kane. The one that says that he does not acquire. Ha Mashicha. He Zu the Ubehema Nik Nis the Mashicha Umay Chavia Lay the Rav Yehuda E Vadai Amar Shmuel Bechad Minehu Delo Kane Berechov Berechov Hu Dikamar Dikasavar Meshicha Be'enan Shechakor Yad V'Regel Kidamrinan B'Kedushin. This one, did Mashiach, he was pulling the animal, or he was causing the animal to move. He Zu Ubehema Niknis, and the animal was acquired. The Mashiach with Mashiach. Umay Chavio, I don't know what Chavio is.
Mighty boy, Leila Reb Yehuda. What was the baya? What was the question, the uncertainty that Reb Yehuda had? Which one was it?
E Vadai Amar Mishmuel, if certainly Shmuel said, Bechad Minehu, one from among them, the Lokane does not acquire Berechov in the road. Who did Kamar is that it's like that he said the Kisavar that he thinks Mashicha Be'enan Shechakor I don't know this word Shechakor.
Takor from the word to lift up, to uproot his foot from the ground. Takor Yad.
Yad. That he it's to say that he thinks that he did Mashiach by causing him to lift up his foot. Like it says in Kedushin.
Okay. Okay, so this is the next step in the Gemora's analysis. Gemora says, if you tell me that you're not talking about that both the rider was on the animal and the leader was at the same time, one was each one was by himself, and you tell me that definitely he said only one of them was Kona, so then there's no question. That's what the Gemara say. Me ikka lemanda omar lo kone. The manhig by himself, if the one was leading the animal by himself without the rider there, Is there anyone who would say that he's not kona the animal by doing so? Explains Rashi. HaMashicha hizu. This, what he's doing itself, is an act of a kinyan Mashicha. Ubehema niknas, the Mashicha. And a kinyan Mashicha is one of the methods that you could acquire a behema with. Mighty boy, Rabbi Yehuda, what could possibly have been the suffix, the question that Rabbi Yehuda had? He doesn't know which one that Mar Shmuel meant. If it was the case that Shmuel said that definitely one of them is not Kona, it must be that he meant that the one who is riding alone, he's the one who's not Kona. Because the Mashicha is accomplished by Mashicha needs that the animal, you should cause the animal to uproot or lift up his yad v'regel from the ground. That will constitute a kinyan Mashicha, Kedamrina Kedushin, like we say in the Gemora in Kedushin. Okay. Okay, so now the Gemara says Ella. Ella, rather, we got to say otherwise. Where's the Ella? Ella is in the middle of the sixth line. First word in the line is who?
Page B1, left-hand column, last paragraph.
Alan, can you read for us? Alan. Okay, Lou, you want to continue the reading of the Gemara?
Okay, the Gemara concludes the argument. Ella ika v'meimar delo kane. Rather, if it is possible to say that he didn't acquire, that one of them didn't acquire, Rachuv hu deika v'meimar. It is the writer that we must say this about him. Ella Rachuv b'makom manhig iboyele. Rather, the writer in a place where the leader it requires rather it must be that we're talking about a case where there's a rider and a leader together, not separately.
Yeah.
So which one acquires?
Right? Shmuel's question must have been when you have Rachov bimkom manhig, meaning you got both of them, one riding and one leading, and they come before the Bezdin like that, and they say kulu shali, and we want to know what's the din? Rachov adif Tofis Bay, Odil Mamani Gadif. The Osla Mahmose. Okay. Rashi. El Rachov Bimkom Manhig. No.
El Rochev Bimkom Manhig. The rider instead of in the place of the leader. Shneim Ba'im, they both come before us and before the base then. Zo Rochev, the Zo Manig, this one is riding and this one's leading the animal. Zo Mea Kulashli, this one says it's all mine. Zema Kulashli, and this one also says it's all mine. Both the rider and the leader are both claiming it's all mine. Omar Shmuel says, Chad Kane, one acquires, Umebia lay, and he asks, according to Rav Yehuda, Heicha, how is it? Itna trial that come, both of them, high, a deep, this one is preferred. The writer, he's preferred to ha tapi tafis it is. Well, he's grabbing it.
Yeah, tafis, right.
He's holding on to it. Well,
yeah.
Amrin, and this one says Mashicha, and this one says, well, the pulling it, Kani is what acquires it. Heicha, delay, how is it? Deleicha, Roche, exactly, rider, Aval, Bimkom, Roche, but instead of the rider, no.
Okay, so the Gemora over here says Ella, rather, we're saying that this was the case that Shmuel was discussing. Rochov Bimkom Manhig means that you've got both of them with the same animal, one riding and one leading, as they come into Bezdin. That must have been quite a sight to have a horse coming into the Bezdin, or a donkey, whatever it is, and two of these guys fighting over the animal. This one says it's mine, this one says it's mine, and we want to know what's the din. And so Rabbi Yehuda understood that Mar Shmuel said that one of them is Kona and one of them is not. So now this is Rabbi Yehuda's legitimate question. In such a case like this, what's the din? Rachov Adif, the Hotofisba. That's what Rashi's going on. Maybe the rider, he's got the preferable position over here to acquire the animal. Why? Because Rashi says the Hotofisba. He's holding the animal. He's holding he's toughest in the animal. He's got his control over the animal. And then Rashi bevorns the question, though. We said before, certainly the one who's manhi, who's leading the animal, certainly he's doing a kinyan mashicha. There's no doubt about that. So if so, then how could we say that when the Rachov is riding on the animal, that he's in a better position? So Rashi explains, Ki amrina in mashicha kone, when we said previously that mashicha, the kinyan mashicha, is going to acquire an animal, that's heicha the leka rachu. That's only in the case where the person there's only one person who's leading the animal and there's no rider on the animal. That's when we say that certainly he can do a kinyan mashicha. He's doing an actual kinyan mashicha. The animal is lifting up its legs as a result of him leading it, and that is a kinyan mashicha. Aval, says Rashi, b'kom rachuv, Lo. But in the case where you've got a rider in place on the animal riding, so then we didn't mean to say that certainly the one who's leading is going to be making a kinyan in the animal. In that case, maybe the rider is the one who makes the kinyan, to the exclusion of the leader. So that's the first half of the. That's one side of the question. Maybe the Rachovit is oddity because he's toughest in the animal. He's got his tfisa, he's holding on to the animal, so to speak, through his riding of it. And then the Gemara continues, or maybe even in this case also, the one who's leading the animal is preferred, and he gets he's the one that's going to be able to make the kinyan in the animal. The osla machmasa, because the animal is lifting up its legs and it's going on the way as a result of him leading it. And that's the next Rashi. We have time for that, or you want to do that one tomorrow? Tomorrow. Okay, everybody. Ashkoya.
Well,
Thank you, Rabbi.
thanks.
Everybody have a good day.
You too.
Amen. B'suras toivos.